Hey everyone, Hanz here, hope all of you are doing well. Today, I wanted to show you guys a little something. Can't show you everything because there are older people here and I want to kind of respect their, I suppose not their privacy because it's public, but just their peace, their fun. I don't want to impede on that. But I think this is a pretty tasty view, isn't it guys? Oh, look at that. Had a bit of a swim earlier, as some of you may be able to tell. Not sure how well the camera is capturing it all. The machine. Wonderful nature. Very healthy. And I loosened up a little bit. But what am I really going to go on about today? Okay, a few points I suppose. In the wake of what has happened with Thunraz the Thulian, I've got some excellent news. The update is that today, as of, is it the 16th of May 2023, I believe? Yes, it should be something like that. And definitely after, the book Thunraz the Thulian, Clash of the Skiffii, is back online. You heard that guys? I know that some of you had to wait until this day, but it's out there. You can definitely go at it straight away. I will check the link, I will put the link below underneath the screen video thing where you see me. And you can go there, and those of you who still want to get a copy, definitely go for it. The sales have been very well going, yep, like amazing. It's been going very well, yeah. And yeah, it's a good start. It's definitely a good start. DVX Publishing is also pretty happy with how it's going. Of course, it's still initial phase, it's still build-up phase, it's bidding a comparative thing, how we measure the success. Maybe I should leave it to DVX Publishing once the chance arises for them to lay it out a bit more. They have a bit more of a mind towards the sales, the income, all of that stuff. I try to focus predominantly on the writing because I want to keep my energy free for that. Now, I've been getting plenty of comments, so addressing one of the many comments about when the book is going to be back around, well, it is right now. So by all means, go wild. I know that some of you wanted to even have a second copy after going through it. So thank you for that compliment. And of course, it is the the first print. So yeah, I guess there's something to be said for that as well, right? That you can get a copy now, and maybe in 10 years, 20 years, when some things might change, then you are one of the first. I think that gives you certain bragging rights, doesn't it? Okay. I've been getting another few comments about the length of the book, and I guess I'll definitely take this as a compliment. People say that they had wished that the story was longer. Now, I'm very happy to hear that, of course, because to me that says that I've taken a good path in where I wanted to take the story. And also definitely the respectful remarks are very much appreciated. There were some who were a bit confused. There were a few yeah, maybe I should just address this point first. How do I lay this out? So some people would like me to write longer stories, and in and of itself I have no qualms with that. There are some practical attachments to it, but yeah, see, it's the build-up phase, and I didn't even know that much about it up until like the last 2-3 weeks. It's a bit silly maybe, because I always figured, well, you write your story, and that, you know, you're busy with that for a month or 2 or 3 or whatever it's going to be, you know, or how long has I don't even quite remember anymore, but a while. It took a while to get it all together and clean it all out and make it all proper and nice, as good as possible. Yeah, and that is of course the size of the book as it is. As most of you understood already, and for those who do not know me that well or do not know that much about my life, I do not share that much about myself because I think, well, who wants to know anyways? Who can be bothered? And even if you're bothered, like how much would you even want to know, right? Um, the thing is, it should perhaps be laid out that writing is not the sole thing I do at this point in time, and I do not even talk about the videos either. I am, to use American terminology, a blue collar guy. So, humble jobs, working with your hands, and well, I guess most people know what kind of payment bracket I fall into by extent, right? I am no stranger to working 12 hours a day and then being an additional hour away from home still, and then having to look after, well, those around me to whichever capacity that needs to, and then I have like maybe maybe 2 or 3 hours a day to squeeze out for the book, and then yeah, personal stuff. So you quickly get the sense then, and of course, well, there is something as fatigue and all of that to be accounted for too. I'm not saying that to complain in any way, because I did write a book in the wake of all of that. I'm saying that to, I guess, to lay out how I want to make the transition from that blue collar life, I guess, to making writing something that I can make my livelihood out of. Like, the book has been doing very well, but we're absolutely not there, because there are still too few people who know about Hanz, and there are still too few people, way too few people who know about Thunraz the Thulian. And I think everyone here understands that. Plus, you guys know I like to make videos because I like to share my thoughts, because I know people are helped by it, or they help themselves through listening at what I say. I have these comments underneath my videos here and there, left and right, fairly regularly at this point. Plus on the emails I get and all of that. And then, of course, the Viking series that I made, which is also on my channel, but it's also on School of the West, and I definitely recommend checking that one out, that site. It's by Brand Danger. Um, it's been a while since I've worked on that one. To my sorrow, I really like to continue on that too. But you see how my time is just absolutely sapped away very quickly when I delve into all of that, right? And yeah, I would like to make bigger works, but I need to have the freedom to do so. And it's really that simple. Well, simple. The transition period is a bumbling one, right? To go from that one step to the other and to work my way up that way. So yeah, larger stories. I'll try to do what I can to add more detail in the oncoming stories. I'll try to deepen deepen everything, yeah, with the vocabulary. So perhaps you do not need as many words, but you'll get more out of it. I have to experiment a little, basically, to make it possible that way. Then the book will not be any thicker, but at the very least, as the reader, you can get yet more out of it. And I know people are very appreciative of the book. I have nothing. It's only been compliments. A few pointers where they might say, "Oh, it can be a bit better here, a bit better there," but that's always, you're gonna always have that, right? Nothing is perfect, but perfection is of course worth striving towards. Yeah, and I think I wanted to lay that out to you guys too, but you understand. Definitely the majority of you all are going to understand. There are some young folk who will not, because they have not quite accumulated the experience of what I talk about. But most of you have been there too, right? So I try as best as I can with the time that has been given to me and the energy that is left to me. And well, sometimes, of course, you just need to give yourself a treat, right? So there is that as well. Is there anything else? Don't think there are any outstanding points outside of that that are really worth addressing. Everyone seems to be really happy. Even I even had people who got a faulty copy who told me that they can't wait for a sequel. The demand for a sequel is definitely there. I mentioned it already, but yeah. So that is very encouraging for me. But what is very important right now, for me at least, and I am making work of that as well, as best as I can, is the uh, well, as many of you already have been doing, spreading the word generously, being very generous that way, very helpful. I appreciate it so much. It really means so much to me. But don't be afraid to reach out to anyone, right? I write this because I do think that Western kind deserves some respect and definitely does not deserve the anti-white treatment it has been given over. I mean, it goes back centuries truly, and my work is definitely a homage to great writers as well of yore and to the mythology of Western kind, etc., etc. A little bit of other people's too, but I think that's a nice little touch, a nice little addition nonetheless. You got to give everyone his due or her due. There's nothing wrong with that in and of itself. And well, to only go to people who you might say align with you over something political, or who align with you over um, let me put it differently. See, the book might have, it definitely has an entertaining value, I would say. Many people seem to be getting that out of it. For several more, it touches something in their soul. It touches them on a deeper level. It means more to them. And for those who already want to be respectful towards Western kind, or give it its due respect, let's put it like that. Western kind isn't perfect either, but the elements and the deeds done that merit respect and merit love even. Yeah, those who already stand for it, they're gonna feel probably a bit more reinforced. It's like, yeah, look at that. Look at how amazing we are. Look at the, it's not perfect, but damn it if we don't try to do the best we can with what we have, etc., etc. That reinforcing effect is definitely a good thing, right? So naturally, a lot of us, a lot of people who said to me that they would spread the word have been as kind as to, yeah, basically approach others. It's not only for Hanz, it's also for their friends. Like, oh, look at this book. You know, this is like a hero. It's a fantasy hero, but man, so awesome. You really should give it a look. There is that, but there are these people who are in vague, as you could say. They're not entirely certain what to think and so forth and so on. And the book is also worth presenting to them. It will not reinforce anything in them, but it might make them think a little. It might make them be like on a almost, yeah, on a deeper level. It might still touch their soul a little. It's like, yeah, you know, anti-whiteism is not really cool, is it now? I mean, look at this book. It's like the epic things that are being done there. You could say, oh, but it's all just fantasy. Yeah, sure. But it's inspired well, on many things: nature, art. The list is endless. What inspires me. But there is definitely also that element of the spirit of Western kind is a little bit, at least, embodied in that book. So for people who are not so much, let's say, into white well-being, it's something that they, what is the word I'm looking for? It's something that might create a bit of warmth in their soul for white well-being. Yeah, let's go with that. It's like a little It's like a little fire that the story fans into the reader. And then the reader does with that fire what he or she is going to do. That's that, right? To do something worthwhile with one's own life, to pursue one's vocation, for example, which would be excellent. To try to be a bit more free, to try to be a bit more happier, to pursue freedom, right? And to live a good, healthy, natural life, I would say. So by all means, if anyone wants to help with that, like, show off the book to anyone. Hanz's name is on it. And if they don't like it, then say it's on Hanz, right? That's fine. I've got thick skin. Okay, yeah. I think that's the main points that have been brought to me. Yeah, and it's only been good news left, right, and center from everyone as far as I have received any word at all. So I'm very happy for that. Even the more doubtful comments that have been given, it still comes down to I'd like to get the sequel and so forth and so on. So I'm happy. So in a more concrete way, it's like if you buy from Amazon, you will be given the option to leave a comment on what you think of the book, by all means, right? That will definitely help. To any support there will definitely do for me. Will push it up in the ratings and etc, etc, etc. And what else? Yeah, just keep sharing the word if you want to. I appreciate it immensely. And especially if you want me to write more books, and if you want these books to be thicker volumes, it's gonna take a minute. However, the more people know of the book, the more people might buy the book, and the more people that buy the book, that creates for me, of course, the income that makes it easier for me to say to the people I work for or work with that I can take a week off here and there, and then an entire week or whatever can be invested into the writing of the book. It's I guess that's simple logistics. That's nature for you. It is what it is. I know many of you have been doing as much already, and really thank you for that. I hope that more people will be encouraged to do it too. And I mean, in return, you get an awesome book, and there is that. And maybe more amazing books in the future. We'll yet have to see. And I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. Thunraz the Thulian is unleashed once again. Gonna leave the link below, and I'm gonna bid you all a good day. I'm gonna enjoy the view a bit more, and then I'm going to be off myself as well. The grinding machine of society is not done turning yet. Anyways, you all have a good one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.